awkward microphone situation that could end badly, so just bear with me a little bit. I am so excited to be here with everyone today. Glamour is a passionate believer in the importance of girls' education. In fact, about a year ago, we launched our own initiative around girls' education called the Girl Project. So we've got some skin in the game. We really believe in this, and so excited to be with all of these girls here today. So I'm going to start by introducing Rocio Ortego, who actually introduced herself. So we can be short on that one, but Rocio has long been a believer that empowering girls and giving them education is the way to make the world a better place. And in high school became a Girls Up teen advisor and has been working hard on the issue ever since. So thank you so much for being here, Rocio. And then I'd also like to introduce Kelly Monteroso from the Peace Corps. Kelly served as a municipal development volunteer with the Peace Corps in Guatemala from 2007 and 2009. And so she really saw firsthand how when you're in the Peace Corps, you have this incredible access and can really see, who in the community needs help and how you can really make impact at a grassroots level. So we will look forward to hearing from Kelly on that. See, this is the clipboard thing I was telling you about. And then we have Windsor Hangar Western from her campus. Want to say hi to everybody?
Hi, everybody.
And when Windsor was in college at Harvard, no less, she and two friends started her campus as an online community for college women by college women. That was 6 years ago, and today her campus has 7,000 contributors spread across 270 chapters in 43 states and 8 global online communities with more than 6 million visitors each month. She was named Inc. Magazine's 30 Under 30 Coolest Young Entrepreneurs, Glamour Magazine's 20 Amazing Young Women.
Thanks for that.
No problem. And also, as you can tell, Boston Globe's 25 Most Stylish Bostonians. You can see why. Even her bump is stylish.
With the bump.
That's right.
Harder
and then
now.
finally, to round out the panel, we have the incredible, now I'm going to work on this name, Mirabel Ngong. How'd I do?
Great.
Now, Mirabel is visiting our country from Cameroon. She is a Young African Leaders Initiative Fellow. The YALI Fellowship Program was introduced by President Obama about 2 years ago as a way to develop young African leaders, and that is exactly what Mirabel is, a young African leader. In her own community, she has inspired more than 400 young women in the northwest region of Cameroon, strengthening their leadership skills, boosting their political confidence. She's currently a project manager for World Vision for Education and Development, and she's focusing on equipping youth with leadership and business skills, encouraging girls in the fields of science, and promoting developmental priorities that address self-reliant skills. So this is our panel today, guys. We are so excited to have them. Let's give them a little more love. Now, Mirabel, I'm going to start with you because you grew up in Cameroon, a country where you have real lived experience of a lot of the things that we are talking about. Not as many girls in Cameroon finish school as secondary school as we would like. So would programs like Let Girls Learn and the Peace Corps and Grow Up have made an impact in your community growing up?
Yes, seriously. Women and girls make up more than half of Cameroon's population, and it even goes worldwide. So these programs are very critical, very essential to push up girls and women. Because depriving women and girls is like stopping half of the population, stopping the country from developing. So I think these programs, we need more interventions for a way forward.
Great, and I just want to say a quick thing. When I was looking at your bio, it said that actually at one point in your life you had made a vision board that one day you would get to meet the First Lady of the United States.
Yes, First Lady Michelle Obama, and I just did that today.
And so, Kelly, quickly, the First Lady has made a really compelling argument that this on-the-ground grassroots programs and things like the Peace Corps are a vital part of solving our education issues across the globe. What can you tell us with your experience, both as a former Peace Corps volunteer and now a Peace Corps employee, about the effectiveness of these programs?
So Peace Corps has the distinct opportunity to live and work in the community for 27 months. So you really get to know the people that you're working with. And you're able to empower women right when you get there. So I was a volunteer in Guatemala. Shout out to all my Guatemalans. I see one right here. I was there for 27 months, and I lived and worked in the Western Highlands, way up in the mountains, in an indigenous village. And right when I got there, we did a community-wide diagnostic with many of the women and girls in my community. And we found that the highest level of education in some of these groups, I worked with 20 groups of women aged 10 to 80, the highest level of education was about 6th grade. So from there, we decided to start teaching them basic things like nutrition, the importance of women empowerment, going to school, getting your girls to go to school, to how to sign their name, so holding a pen, things that we take for granted in the States. And it's just amazing how volunteers can go in there and start doing that. My favorite project was we started group savings accounts for each of my women's groups. So women would put in even $1 a month, and then they would be able to take that money out and pay for the schooling for their daughter, or pay for uniforms, or put a roof over their head. So Peace Corps volunteers really have a distinct opportunity to make that impact right away. And through Let Girls Learn, we're really promoting, they have the technical skills and the passion to do it. So volunteers really are able to make that impact right away and be that example for women and girls in their community. So I'm so excited about it, and thank you so much to Mrs. Obama for all the work that she's done for us. We're thrilled.
Great, thank you so much. And Rocio, you have an experience, it's really similar to the experience of a lot of girls here, which is that when you were in high school, you decided that becoming an advocate for girls on all kinds of issues would be a good idea. So why don't you tell us a little bit about the genesis of that for you? Why did you decide to become a Girl Up advocate, and what has that been like for you?
Well, I think my story is very similar to all of you here in the room, and I think that's one of the biggest reasons why we're able to connect and mobilize so many other people. So I became involved with Girl Up first because I looked at the older women in my life. They have the same story that many of the girls in the developing countries that we work in have the same story, who don't have access to an education, don't have access to healthcare or anything like that. So I said, well, I can't be sitting down here anymore and not be doing anything. It's when you get that Girl Up bug, you just keep going with it, and you tell everyone about it, what it is, and you try to mobilize everyone, whether it's somebody that's younger than you or older than you. I think we really have the potential to start spreading this message, and First Lady Michelle Obama has done a great job about it. But I really think a lot of us, we reflect on our own lives first, and then we move on to, okay, who can we help next?
Great, thank you so much. And I think a big part of what Girl is it's a community, and that having a community of people who share your value set and want to get done in the world what you want to get done is so important and so helpful. And Windsor, that is something that really happens at her campus. So can you tell us a little bit about why you decided to start such a cool thing on your college campus, and what that's been like for you?
Absolutely. So first off, raise your hand if you've heard of her campus. Awesome. So you're mostly in high school, all of you? Okay. So for all of you that haven't heard of her campus, check it out, because we created her campus for you. I was in college and I felt like I had a lot to say. I felt like I had a lot to say in high school too. Who here has a lot to say? Yeah,
oh, you should all raise your hands.
You should all raise your hands. I'm sure you all have a lot to say. And the big challenge was, where were we going to say that? Who was going to listen to us? How are we going to have a platform where we could get our voices heard in a very big, very public way? And so what we decided to do was start hercampus.com, which is an online magazine by college women, for college women. At any school globally, any woman can start her very own chapter, and then she can be the editor-in-chief of that chapter. So we're currently at 270 college campuses. We have 7,000 incredible women who write for us across those campuses. So wherever you go to school, you can start a Her Campus chapter, and you can start your very own publication. And it was really about voices and really about community. And so, since we started it, we are in 8 countries worldwide, 43 of the 50 states. And it's something that has just really caught on. And what I really recognized, the more that this has grown, is that young women, just like you, are incredibly powerful. Not only do you have a lot of things to say, but you have a lot of smart things to say. You have a lot of powerful things to say. And that's one of the things I love about my job is that it's letting you say those things in a place where 6 million people are gonna listen.
That's incredible. And I think something that we see, I'm sure that as Girl Up advisors, you have had this experience as well, is that so much of the work that we have to do in inspiring other people to do this work starts with the story of one person that you can really connect to. And this is a question for any of the women on the panel, if you want to share with the room the story of just one person who you've met or impacted and what that's been like for you. Mirabel, you're shaking your head.
Yes, seriously. I think Michelle Obama is my role model. Seriously, and she's impacted my life so much. You know, you mentioned the story of my vision board.
Yeah.
That comes up at the lowest point in my life where I was like disapproved at work, that my output was not enough. And I came back home, I was so devastated, I was so sad. This is me who's grown up in so much hardship and looking up to be somebody, and I was just told it's not okay. I came back home, I cried. It's okay to cry, girls, but always get up, right? You know, I'm here am I today, being very happy, privileged, honored to be talking to you people, being very honored and fortunate to be a YALI fellow at the Presidential Precinct in Virginia. You know, I went home that day, I did my vision board, and I shared my vision board with the panel, and my vision board had the pictures of, this is who I want to be. I want to be a great leader. Yes, I'm in Africa, I'm in Cameroon, I'm in Bamenda from Kumbu. I want to be a great leader. I want to be successful, to speak for myself, to speak for girls who don't have a voice, to meet President Obama, to meet Michelle Obama. And it's amazing how I'm doing it today, and it's a great journey I'm starting, and I look forward to moving forward, achieving goals and giving girls a voice. It's really interesting because from the day that I first saw Michelle Obama on the media, I was like, she's really amazing. I'd love to make things and be like her. And you know, all those challenges are making me stronger. Girls, be strong. You can make many things happen.
Thank you, that's amazing.
One piece of advice that I absolutely love is Mindy Kaling once said, "Why not me?" You guys like
She
Mindy
said that at
Kaling?
camera, by the way.
She did say that. I was there. I was there at the Women of the Year Awards, which is the most amazing event, except for this one. This one's pretty cool too. And Mindy Kaling was saying she wanted to be an actress and she wanted to be famous, but girls that looked like her couldn't be famous or couldn't be an actress. And she said, "Why not me?" And I think for each of you to take whatever you want. If you say, "I want to meet Michelle Obama today," like Mirabel, why not me? Why can't I meet Michelle Obama? Why can't I be a leader? Why can't I achieve everything? Because the biggest thing that's going to stand between you and your dreams and between you and making a big impact on the world is yourself and thinking that you can't. And I know you hear that a lot, but I promise you it is true. So whatever you want to do, whatever change you want to make with Girl Up, with Let Girls Learn, with other initiatives that you're passionate about in your life, if you think this needs to change, why not me? Why can't I be the one that makes that change?
That's incredible. Thank you so much. I think we have a tiny bit of time left, so I just want to ask our following two panelists if there is any piece of advice or wisdom you want to share with the girls in the room as they take their 10 voices and add on 10 voices and, you know, create all those advocates out in the world.
Yeah, my microphone works, so I'll go first. I'm not that much older than all of you here, so I really know what it's like to go through not only your teenage years, but try to just share the message with people who sometimes may not understand it right away, but I'm gonna tell you to keep pushing forward because it works. And look at us all today. I was at the first ever Girl Up Summit 4 years ago, and we were in a small room, and now I look out at everyone today and I'm like, whoa, we've grown a big deal. So I really encourage everyone to continue doing what we're doing, go back home to your schools, your communities, and spread the message because I know that together we're gonna probably have one of the biggest leadership summits next year, probably twice the size of this room.
And to add up to that also, I would love to tell all of you, every girl deserves to have a voice. And all of you have all it takes to make it. All of you can make it. You have to go home, do your homework, work hard, be determined, have faith, and you can reach out to the stars. That's what my father always told us, and we are making it. Seriously, I'm going back home. I've been working with these girls. I've reached out to more than 400 of girls and women, and it's really been challenging. They're in Africa. They're doing great things. It's hard, but they're putting in so much. So work hard also. I'm going back home, not just to continue with what I've been doing, but to make it at higher scale, to set up an organization for mentorship for young girls and women, to give them a voice. Girls, let your voices be heard. And also, girls, accept greetings from all the YALI fellows all around the United States. There are all 500 of them, and from the presidential precinct in Virginia. We love you all.
And I would just echo that, be an example. You can empower so many people to make a difference. Be that change in your community, and really check out Let Girls Learn at .peacecorps.gov and see how you can support Peace Corps volunteers and all the projects they're doing all over the world. There's 7,000 of them almost, and they're all working to empower young women and really be that change in that community.
Thank you so much. Thank you to the panelists, and thank you to the room. You are totally inspiring, and we were so glad to be here.
Thank you.